Welcome back to iGEM Academy. In this, our fifth video, we will be covering some of previous year's past projects and some of the features which they were able to incorporate, as well as the relevant code that they used to do this. Naturally enough, this ought to relate to the previous videos we have done as regards the basics of coding for your wiki, with the languages of HTML, CSS and JavaScript featuring prominently in all three of the past wikis we are reviewing. As was mentioned before in previous videos, it is paramount for your wiki to display what your project is about, as well as all relevant data in a clear, relevant manner so that any judge is able to interact with it without problems. The three projects we will be covering are the 2015 Trinity College project dealing with combating malaria using synthetic biology, the 2015 Heidelberg team dealing with practical applications of functional nucleic acids, and the 2015 Ben Gurion University project dealing with employing a CRISPR system as effective cancer therapy. First off, we'll look at the Trinity College Dublin 2015 one. Owing to the fact that this was conducted by our university last year, we saw this as an ideal project to examine in both terms of its design and source code. The first thing you notice when clicking onto this page is the revolving animation of an artemisinin molecule. If you look closely at the code here, you can see that this was uploaded as a GIF between these two div tags. An unfortunate aspect of this is that it very often slows down the loading time of the page and sometimes crashes before fully loading. The revolving aspect of the picture is done using a CSS animation program with the relevant batch of source code highlighted here. Another aspect of this wiki I'd like to point out is the interactive navbar situated in the top right. It follows a standard design to other wikis, except for the fact that no template was used. As with most of the features on this page, it is designed to fade in whenever the page is initially loaded. Also worth noting is the repeat of the table tags we first introduced when coding for HTML. What you notice when browsing the entire source code of this wiki is how much space the code relating to the navbar takes up and how it is present under every page of the website within the source code. This could have been avoided with the use of JavaScript, which would have ensured that the program would have been instructed once rather than having to be coded for in each individual page. This would save time and space. As regards the general layout, it is sharp with the white background keeping viewers' attention focused on the animation as well as on the general information on offer. Moving on to browse some other pages on this wiki, we can see that all relevant data is laid out concisely. This allows an easy to navigate interface for both judges as well as the wider audience. One unfortunate aspect of this project, however, is that owing to a lack of time before the wiki freeze deadline, some segments of the wiki were uploaded as PDF files rather than the individual code being written out. It should also be noted that unlike most other projects, this team did not make use of a available wiki template. Moving on now to our second wiki, we will look at the 2015 Heidelberg project. This dealt with the application of functional nucleic acids. When you first click into the wiki, the first thing you see is a background image of an ocean scene with the drop-down menu bar located in the top right. Scrolling down, we begin to get an overview of the potential the project has, with a range of images next to the text articulating the various applications that could come out of the project. An example of this is that they could help to cure cystic fibrosis by altering relevant mRNAs. This would cut down on time wasted in labs by reducing the effort needed for blotting and so on. One interesting feature on this wiki that stands out is how we are greeted with a pop-up screen detailing the awards won at the Grand Jamboree. This is a simple feature to code for using JavaScript. Moving on to examine the source code for the first page, we can see that the wiki designers made use of 4 templates which they worked off. Our last project to review is 2015 Ben Gurion University, dealing with the development of a boomerang. This is a genetic device utilising CRISPR technology to help target malignant cancer cells. It is more effective than what is currently on offer. When first clicking onto the wiki, we encounter a standard layout, with the only exception being the presence of a moving series of images displayed right above the navbar. The navbar itself is standard and derived from a pre-prepared template that the designers built off. Following this, there is a block of text describing the background and aims of the project, followed by an explanatory video for the project. Interesting to note are the links to the various social media accounts set up by the team, as well as an image detailing the medals won by the team. Reviewing the source code at the front page, we can see how the team made use of 4 templates for items such as the nav bar, the header, and so on. After that, we can see the relevant code as regards the various images that appeared on screen. Please note the same basic syntax we have seen in this as well as other videos in this series as regards coding for images. Also worth noting is how the source code was divided into relevant sections by the use of comments. Moving down from there, we can see a standard batch of code for the creation of the nav bar. Also take note of the relevant code for images linking to a pre-decided URL, as well as for the basic structure of a table. As with before, while somewhat slow to load at times, the project fulfills the basic criteria of presenting the project in a clear, easy to read manner and has a nice interface. Thank you for watching. This has been our final video in our series on Wiki editing. If you would like to check out some other iGEM Academy series, we have one series on MATLAB as well as other videos detailing iGEM projects. Thank you.